The Daily Mail have just stated that Spurs hold an interest to bring Marcus Rashford to Tottenham during this winter window. Various reports are stating that Randal Kolo Muani is Tottenham's number one priority in this winter window. And various reports are stating that Spurs hold interest in Milan Škriniar and Douglas Luiz. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do the follow button and leave a review if you can. And if I could ask a cheeky favour, we have been shortlisted for the Sports Podcast Awards. We are a finalist in the category of Best Team Podcast. If you can vote for us, it will literally take a couple of seconds. All of the details are below and all of your support is really appreciated. Let's start with a report from the Daily Mail. They are stating that Tottenham emerge as contenders to sign Marcus Rashford on loan, but face competition from European rivals for want-away Manchester United star. Tottenham have entered the picture, but other clubs are also interested. Marcus Rashford's representatives flew to meet AC Milan in Italy on Tuesday. The report then goes on to say that Spurs are among a number of European giants who want to take Marcus Rashford on loan from Manchester United. Spurs are looking to bolster their attacking options and rescue their season, despite being the second top scorers in the Premier League. However, they could face competition from Borussia Dortmund and AC Milan, with his representatives having jetted off for talks with the latter. Juventus and Galatasaray also hold an interest. Rashford admitted in a bombshell interview last month that he is ready for a new challenge and talked about leaving Old Trafford as a when, not an if. However, any deal would hinge on what proportion of his wages United are prepared to pay, as well as the size of the fee if there is an obligation to buy. The forward's weekly wages are believed to be around the £325,000 mark. This report then goes on to say that AC Milan have made the most viable progress so far by welcoming Rashford's brother and agent for talks on Tuesday. They are currently 8th in Serie A, having struggled for goals this season. Now, speaking about his openness for leaving last month, Rashford said, "For me personally, I think I am ready for a new challenge and the next steps. When I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. You're not going to have any negative comments from me about Manchester United. That is me as a person. If I know that a situation is already bad, I'm not going to make it worse. I've seen how other players have left in the past, and I don't want to be that person. When I leave Old Trafford, I will make a statement, and that will be it from me." Now, on these stories and rumours about Tottenham's interest in Marcus Rashford, TalkSport's Ben Jacobs has stated, despite reports Tottenham and Marcus Rashford at this stage have not spoke about any January deal. TalkSport reporter Ben Jacobs has also stated that Randal Kolo Muani remains the top target for Tottenham Hotspur in this January window, and Sky Germany have stated that Muani has been given permission to leave PSG this month, but it must be a loan with an obligation to buy. Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa and Juventus are all going to battle it out for the French international signature. Now, a report has just been published by L'Equipe in France, and they are stating that Spurs and Aston Villa have inquired about the loan signing of PSG centre-back Milan Škriniar. And according to L'Equipe, they are stating that Škriniar's advisor is currently in Paris to find the player a way out of Paris during this winter window. L'Equipe have also stated that Škriniar has decided to leave PSG in this winter window and he is keen on a fast exit. And the report has also stated that Turkish club Galatasaray are the most insistent suitor, but the player's wages could prove to be a sticking point. L'Équipe have also stated that the former Inter Milan centre-back is attracted by the prospect of joining a Premier League club. Aston Villa and Tottenham have reportedly made their interest known. PSG are also keen to include the option to make Škriniar's expected loan move a permanent one. Now, various reports in Italy are stating that Tottenham Hotspur and Fulham are interested in Juventus midfielder Douglas Luiz. Reports in Italy are stating that Juventus could be prepared to sell Luiz this month, and while a host of clubs have been linked with the Brazilian, there is now said to be interest from Tottenham. Tutto Juve have reported that the 26-year-old midfielder has many Premier League clubs on his trail, and Spurs have emerged as a suitor. Arsenal are also said to be a candidate to land the ex-Aston Villa player. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. I'm going to start by talking about Manchester United star Marcus Rashford, and I call him a star because I think he has got so much more to give, and I think it is such a shame what is happening at Manchester United at the moment. Of course, they have gone through various different managers. Rashford has played under various different managers there, and I think it is time for him to leave Old Trafford, and like he said, he needs a fresh challenge, and I think that Tottenham could be that challenge. If Spurs and Manchester United somehow agreed that they would both pay, some of his wages, £325,000 a week, that is big wages. Spurs are no way going to be paying that every single week. But I feel like he does need a new challenge. I feel like Spurs need real talent in our final third, and we certainly need depth as well. And I think that Marcus Rashford would add real quality to our final third, and I think he would be a great player at Tottenham. I really do. I think that he would fit in extremely well. Ange Postecoglou loves versatile players. We know that he can play in a number of different positions, and on his day, he can be an excellent footballer, assisting, finishing. I think Ange Postecoglou will probably want a lot more hard work from him, what we've seen in recent times. But if a player was in superb form, they wouldn't be available for a loan or a permanent transfer, would they? And this is exactly what this is. And in the January window, sometimes you need to grab opportunities. And I know that some Spurs fans hate that word, opportunities, but that is what the January window is about. In a January window, big clubs are not going to get rid of big players if they're playing well. And Rashford, he clearly isn't part of Amorim's plans right now. And like I said, like Marcus Rashford has said, he needs a fresh challenge. And I think that Spurs would be the perfect place for him to relish, a glorious opportunity. Various reports are stating that Randal Kolo Muani is Tottenham's number one priority in this window. We certainly need a striker or definitely an attacking player in the final third. Rashford would fit that mould as well. Kolo Muani, the more I see of him, although I think he's a very hard-working player, in front of goal, I'm not really that convinced. I think if Spurs are going to pay big money for a striker, I don't think Kolo Muani is probably going to be that player. And PSG are adamant that they want it to be an obligation to buy. So if Spurs took him on loan, it will then be an obligation that they buy him in the summer. And a lot of clubs are interested in him at the moment. It's a big difference as well when certain players come to the Premier League. It don't always work out. Is he going to be is he going to score a lot of goals in the Premier League? Yes, he's done it in the German league. It hasn't worked out in the French league. Hasn't worked out at PSG. Is it going to work out at Tottenham? Are Spurs going to, pay big money for a player that hasn't played in the Premier League? And that's what I liked about the signing of Dominic Solanke. Real Premier League experience. You knew exactly what you were getting. And I think Dominic Solanke has been excellent. Also, in Ange Postecoglou's embargoed press conference last night, he has confirmed that Richarlison will be back for the Arsenal game next week in the Premier League. So fingers crossed on that one, because we need to start getting a lot of these players back. Milan Škriniar and Douglas Luiz are now being linked to Tottenham as well. And I tell you what, I take both of them. We have been linked with Milan Škriniar a number of times in multiple different windows. Looked at him heavily. Really, really good, solid centre-back. Definitely would take him, even if it was a loan until the end of the season. but reports are stating that needs to be an obligation to buy it as well. I tell you what, if Spurs could get a deal done from Milan Škriniar, great experience, international player, I think that he would be a really, really good signing for us, as I do Douglas Luiz as well. Premier League experience. Currently at Juventus, of course, we have dealt with Juventus before. I've no doubt that Spurs would get this deal done if we really want to. There's 4 weeks or just under 4 weeks left of the transfer window. I feel like there's a lot of business to do, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities. It's just whether Spurs can snap them up. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.